Um, Nama saya Keciciran daripada Projek Iqra. Projek Iqra ialah NGO yang fokus kepada pemulihan pelajar GKA yang telah melalui fasa kelas membaca. Ya, dan pelajar-pelajar kita terdiri daripada yang berumur 10 tahun hingga 17 tahun. Dan buat masa ini kita ada buka kelas di 6 kawasan, di 2 di Gombak, 1 di Nilai, Mari Muta dan di Lebak Pantai.
Alright, I'm just going to ask the pass the mic to introduce every one of you. Kak Liza.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Saya Liza, Ramaliza Ali. I'm the founder of i-SINA. Sebenarnya i-SINA is a produk yang kita buat untuk anak-anak yang menghadapi kesukaran membaca dan menulis. Ya. So along the years, kita dah about 10 years buat i-SINA. And along the years, kita jumpa banyak masalah di sekolah. Kita mula-mula kita ingatkan di peringkat tadika, tapi sebenarnya masalah accumulating di peringkat sekolah. So nak kami as social entrepreneur, as social enterprise and also NGO, kami telah memulakan program untuk membantu anak-anak ini untuk menguasai membaca dan menulis.
Thank you. I am Success. So I'm from Yayasan Generasi Gemilang, part of the education and volunteer management team. So what Generasi Gemilang in short GG is doing is that we are providing basic needs, basic education and life skills for children aged 7 to 18 years old in schools, communities, that's particularly urban poor communities, as well as in government institutions, children home and also approval school, we call it, Sekolah Pembinaan Akhlak.
Okay, alright, now that you hear where they're coming from, please note also that all of us understood that nobody is doing any diagnosis, nobody is going to determine whether LDs or things like that, but you are allowed to ask questions because they do face it. These are the challenges around the place, okay? And when we talk about Keciciran, I actually asked them this morning and I actually got a very surprise answer, so I'm not going to say it, I'm just going to ask them again. On the age group, when they say Keciciran, what do you mean? Because at first I was only thinking of capping. Maknanya dia, takkanlah kita nak cakap Keciciran ni, maknanya kita kata bawah berapa tahun? Bawah ni tahun ke? Bawah 18 tahun? We don't know, you know, so that supaya dia punya conversation tu baru kita nampak sikit. So can you explain again when we talk about today's discussion, how do you see with your organisation Keciciran tu ada hak umum mana atau dari mana? Saya nak cakap dulu.
Actually, Keciciran dia berbeza sedikit lah, dia mengikut peringkat umur. Ya, kalau kita katakan usually kita akan pergi kepada peringkat sekolah 7 tahun ke atas lah, itu kita punya peringkat umur yang sudah bersekolah. Tapi ada juga benda-benda yang kita kata Keciciran tu dia bermula pada bukan umur 7 tahun tapi pada umur 10 ya, atau 9. Kerana pada peringkat 7 tahun kadang-kadang kita baru nak bermula belajar. Semacam ni kita nak kata dia Keciciran ya. But ada certain isu juga yang kita boleh katakan dia Keciciran di mana dia sudah tidak boleh mengikuti kelas pada peringkat umur dia. For example, dia tidak boleh mengikuti pelajaran kerana dia tidak boleh membaca. Dan kita akan kategorikan dia sebagai Keciciran juga kerana dia tidak boleh mengikuti kelas dia pada peringkat umur itu. So it's a bit different lah depending on apa subjek yang you nak cater for. Katalah you nak buat maths ataupun English ataupun other subjects, dan peringkat umur yang mana yang kita sebut as Keciciran. Ya? Kalau kita baru nak introduce a subject to the child, dan kita tak boleh sebutlah dia Keciciran sebab dia belum diajar lagi. Tapi certain skills seperti membaca dan menulis, dan yes, kita cakap Keciciran bermula pada peringkat umur yang lebih awal. So for us, they will say 7 years old.
Correct. Okay. Since you were anggut-anggut tadi kat situ kan, it means that you agree to her. But is there anything you like to add?
Yes, I think not only from 7 onwards, because they are also Keciciran apabila mereka sudah habis belajar sekolah umur 17, tetapi mereka ada potensi. Ya, bukannya semua A baru ada potensi ya. Kalau dia dapat 5C pun ada potensi ya. Kalau semua gagal pun ada potensi. Tapi dia tak ada. But we don't have enough opportunity for the kids, yeah. Now we only look at 10A students baru ada scholarship. Yang 5A pun tak ada scholarship. That's my case yang I handle sekarang. So that is one level Keciciran. And with another level actually is telah. We realize that a lot of parents in the community, sometimes they don't send their children to school. It's because of I know education is free, but uniform need money.
I'm very much,
so the
people
Keciciran
say
is quite there lah. Yeah, exactly. So it's not really free because uniform dah perlu duit, food you need money, pengangkutan you need money. So the Keciciran is actually perhaps from young until even the adult. The parents are actually facing the pressure, and they will contribute to the Keciciran as well.
So, but for the context of today, can we just agree that it will be around 17?
Sure.
Can we just talk about that? Because if you talk about adult, it's a different support system again, different agencies as well. Shaina, you deal mostly dengan mathematics alone ke atau reading as well?
Okey, dalam program kelas rakyat, kita panggil kelas rakyat, kita pulihkan untuk 3 kemahiran asas, BM penulisan, bahasa Inggeris dan matematik. Jadi kalau dalam kelas yang kita buat tu, kalau kita tengok umur 13 tahun, 14 tahun tetapi tambah dan tolak pun masih tidak pandai, itu adalah perkara yang biasa kita jumpa. Yang mana tak sepatutnya berlaku. Pada usia begitu, apatah lagi yang umur 11 dan 12. Tetapi kita melihat banyak yang kita jumpa akhir-akhir ini di sekolah menengah masih lagi cicir hal-hal yang asas. Itu menyebabkan kita terpaksa buat
Contoh benda-benda asas sekolah menengah?
Okey, tingkatan 3 sepatutnya tahapan dan tolak ni dah dalam jari. Dia dah selesai di waktu sekolah rendah. Tetapi oleh kerana dia tak diperhatikan semasa di sekolah rendah dan dibiarkan naik dah 3, dah 4, dah 5, failing tapi tetap naik, tapi tidak ada sistem untuk bantu dia masalah itu, selesaikan masalah itu. Masalah itu carry forward sampai sekolah menengah, sampai tingkatan 5. Tidak ada satu keadaan atau sistem yang membantu dia selesaikan masalah itu. Sebab dia terpaksa ikut saja arus. Umur dia 15, memang kena duduk tingkatan 3. Walaupun pelajaran dia, tahap dia macam darjah 3. Dia terpaksa ikut kerana sistem tu menolak dia begitu.
Alright, okay. So now that is just my introduction. So I want that to just be the introduction. Why? Because then you understand that okay, they're already frustrated. Okay, this NGO is working really hard, and I can see the frustration. So that brings the drive. Sebab kalau everything nampak macam sterile and bersih and senang, oh masalah ni macam ni, kita selesaikan macam ni, then you're just talking about, it's a humble bragging. You just cakap pasal kejayaan you, which is not why we are here today. I don't want to know that. When in a good project, it's the long term that we like to listen to. It's not like, okay, hari ni kita bagi makan nanti, okay, the end. That's it. There's nothing you can follow up. But today, when you hear, this is what they see as, this is why we call it keciciran. Orang tak suka dengar. People do not even want to accept because we want to believe that the system is perfect. Okay? I'm not saying the system is wrong. Probably the system is incomplete or that. But that word even is up to debate. I love my teachers and they work with teachers. So it's not about who's better here. It's about how can we complement you. And we are not going to go close to say, tugasan banyak, report banyak and all that. No. So my next question is, I'm going to ask the same question to all of you and I'm just going to add in after that. How did you actually find out that was a problem that your NGO wanted to solve? How did you find out? Because look, this is tiga group. Why I'm asking this question? This is tiga group. We have satu Malaysia to think about. They cannot be everywhere. And every place they be, kalau dia dekat Pahang, and then seorang kat Perak, and then seorang kat Perlis, what happens yang bukan bawah jaga diorang kat Sarawak, kat KL, it's just pass them by. And they're there doing this, but they can see other neighborhood pass by. Because they don't know how. But we need to create more of these people. We need to create more of these people so that everybody has at least the same mindset to try. Okay? So that's why I want to know how did the three of you, even though, it doesn't matter if it wasn't me, I just joined somebody. No, it doesn't matter. You believe in that cause, and that's why you go in, and that's why you are speaking today. You believe in that. So you see the problem. So when you see that problem, how do you actually see that problem, and why do you think that this is your way to solve the problem? Simpson?
A lot of people actually do not know that I was actually the problem. So I actually have all rate for the first 3 to 4 years of my primary school life. And I can't speak English until I was 15 years old. Yeah, be the Bahasa English is a compromised subject. I can get C and B in my Bahasa English, but I can't speak a word of English at all. And I came from an urban poor background, so I was part of the problem. So so that is one of the motivations that makes me want to spend my time in really doing this work.
Sorry. So you realize yourself that you were a problem?
I was part of the problem. Yeah. So when I grow up from this problem, that's why I want to invest back my time.
How did you know that it was a problem?
How did I know that? Because I was the sekolah budak bodoh in sekolah.
What do you define sekolah budak bodoh in sekolah?
I was the budak bodoh because
Please don't use that word because I feel so bad.
But bear in mind, this is the word that everyone is using on our children. Yeah, okay, like it or not, that is a real word that people will label our children in schools.
Were you labeled that way?
Yes, of course.
Okay, fine, then you can say it.
I'm being caned, I'm all red, being caned, jangan tak boleh, spelling tak boleh, semua tak boleh. Yeah, so I was part of that thing. So of course I met very good mentors along the journey, good teacher and good mentor along the journey, and it transformed my life. So I really break out for the poverty cycle. And now I have better living, and of course my whole family have the quality of life have improved. So therefore I believe that education is the way to break the poverty cycle.
Okay, when did a mentor approach you? Sorry, I'm just going to refocus now. That this is very interesting. When you realized that you are part of your own drowning problem at that time.
Actually I didn't realize. These people realize that they can't help me. Yeah. So
how long was that before they can convince you that I'm not going to say the word, but then
yes.
So we're going to help you. How long before you actually accept that you do need help?
Actually, it's very interesting. That is the same thing that I'm doing on my kids right now. I call them my kids. Yeah, I'm sure they all also use the same words. It's because that when everyone say that you are bodoh, you are helpless, and everyone just cane you, suddenly got this 1 or 2 people suddenly come to you and says that actually you have potential. There is something that you can do. Let's try one step at a time. When people really need to spend time and care about you, I think that was suddenly like, you are already drowned. You thought, okay, I just let it be, whatever. My parents marah, my cikgu marah, I don't care. But even got some people come and say, hey, there is potential in you, and I think you can do this. Let's try together, and one step at a time. Not saying from fail not become A, that's like ridiculous. You say, why don't you learn this? Not even talk about A or B grades. No, just let's do things together. The togetherness thing, that is what suddenly when people want to care about me, okay, I just come along, I just go to the class, I just go and participate whatever program, and that is a transformation.
Wait, okay, the last question. For you yourself and your experience, right? So from the day of somebody come over and open up to you and be a good mentor, until you realize of your own potential, how long was that?
I think it probably take about 2 to 3 years, literally. Yeah, but you see, I still so fearful about English. So I improved my Bahasa, I improved my mathematics and my Bahasa Cina. I was a Chinese primary school kid. But then I didn't realize the importance of English. For me, English is just so far away from me. In my surrounding, no one speaks English. Yeah. So, and my parents don't speak English, we don't even read English newspaper. And I met the second very good mentor, which was actually my own teacher. Yeah, in a secondary school. And you see, that's another breakthrough in my life. So I would say that if you say fail become a bit better, it was probably 2 to 3 years in my primary school. Another breakthrough was when I was in Form 3. Yeah, 1 year time, I said from someone hate English until I was brave enough to open up my mouth, it took another 1 year. So I would say 6 years perhaps to launch the thing,
Right. My God, first of all, I didn't know about this. If I know about this, I would have changed the whole dynamic of the question. But it's still valid, I suppose, right? It is valid. Thank you so much for sharing. I know it's personal. I wouldn't touch that way. Thank you. Maliza, how do you actually find out and make you actually want to go into this journey of helping others this way?
Okay, first of all, I want to make something clear. Nobody chooses to be bodoh or lazy. Okay, when somebody is born, when you see a kid, and the teacher goes, bodoh lah kau ni, bodoh, tu pun tak tahu. I mean, the child definitely would not choose to be bodoh. The child would not choose to be, tak tahu what. And sometimes you accuse a child of being lazy. You don't actually know what's happening in his life. Sometimes dia bukan lazy, tapi dia dah tak boleh nak buat. I can't do this anymore, I'm talking in terms of budak yang ada masalah membaca dan menulis, but already in maybe form 2, you know, and people are already doing karangan, and dia tak boleh baca. Lebih baik tak pergi sekolah. And every day dia pergi sekolah, cikgu panggil dia bodoh. You know? So that kind of thing goes on a lot in schools. And kita as NGO, we find, we empathize with this kind of children. And kita kalau boleh, kita nak public tahu. Yeah? A lot of the public knows that these kids need help actually. You tak boleh judge dia just because dia tak suka pergi sekolah ataupun he's not performing. Because it is not his choice to be in that situation. Okay, macam mana saya boleh berada dalam situasi ini? Sebenarnya saya pun tak plan. It's accidental. I created a reading module for small children, mainly for my children. Because my eldest ada nampak macam problem sikit nak belajar baca. So I didn't want that happening to the other siblings. Saya created something very fast so that budak-budak boleh baca at the age of 4. So bila dia masuk tadika, I don't have that problem anymore. You know, because waktu anak saya darjah 1, dia tak boleh baca, then I had to do his homework for him. I think a lot of parents yang ada anak tak boleh baca boleh relate to that. Yeah, you terpaksa buat homework dia, you terpaksa bacakan whatever buku for him because dia tak boleh buat. So I don't want that happening to my child. So saya research sendiri. I was a software engineer. Saya bukan cikgu. So when I did that, kita keluarkan buku, kita test, bagi-bagi kawan-kawan semua photostat semua, and then tiba-tiba keluar soal kapal, tiba-tiba lah keluar soal kapal. And I was surprised because lepas keluar soal kapal tu, yang telefon saya majority were not tadika children, parents, but school children punya parents. So he said, what? There is a big problem right now, and that was way back in 2006. Okay, it has been what, 11 years now. So since then, bila kita the journey went on, I terpaksa improvise the system to help budak-budak sekolah, and we had to do it very fast because the moment diorang tak boleh baca, the keciciran starts, and we cannot wait any longer. You know, you cannot wait another year, you cannot wait another 2 years, you cannot wait. It has to be done yesterday. So terpaksa lah. So buatlah. I was a software engineer in the morning, malam terpaksa buka kelas. That was my life then. Nak stop dah tak boleh because ramai sangat budak yang minta tolong. So in the end we built an NGO, and then kita buat, mostly our projects are sponsored by corporates yang mana dia nak adopt a community, and also kita buat crowdfunding yang mana dia individuals can actually sponsor a child. And we go to all communities, kita tak kira, Chinese, Indian, Malays, even orang asli. Yeah, we have been to more than about 40 programs, schools and communities. And kita tolong regardless of background, kita akan tolong siapa saja, in fact adults yang tak boleh baca pun kami boleh tolong. And we do a program called i-SINA Jom Baca. Untuk 20 hari kita bantu at least 70 to 80% students, at least 80 to 90 depending on dia punya attendance, tapi bila masuk kampung orang asli, attendance is not that good. So kita drop to about 70 to about 80%. So that's the journey.
Can I just ask you, when the first time parents call, and that is about their own child,
Yes.
I want to know, so the first time you meet the child, were they interested?
Most of the children we met are confused. They're a confused bunch. Okay, they don't know what they know. They don't know what they don't know. They just go along with the flow. So if the teacher says do this, they will do that. You know, they will just do whatever the teacher says. And most of small little kids will be parroting whatever teachers are teaching. Kan? They're very good. I mean, dia akan ikutlah apa cikgu cakap, dia akan ikut. Tapi the ones yang kita akan jumpa yang dah besar sikit, they will be retaliating because they cannot follow the system. So they become rebellious. Yeah, dia akan tunjuk signs of children who cannot follow the system, and that's where the trouble begins. Yeah, they will skip school, they will bully others, they will not find the motivation to stay in school. So at the end, you can dapat a big rate of dropouts daripada sekolah.
Okay, thank you. I actually personally have been to one of i-SINA punya class. Waktu tu, if I may share, budak-budak to Form 5. It was Form 5 and they had a 20-day program. And I saw the first day and I went to graduation, last day, the graduation day. I brought my parents. And my father duduk sebelah tu sebab they are volunteers with the module they have. They sit one by one student, one student. Of course, the class was noisy. They only have how many handful of teachers to handle the whole class of budak yang tak boleh baca before. And then, so I put my parents tagging with their teachers. And the boy actually, they took a strakapa and they actually read. They actually read and you can see the smile on the children's face. That was something amazing. But I want to tell you this, not all systems are perfect. And I actually understand bila I cakap, okay, they can read one line. Do they understand the line? And the teacher actually they admit, no, we are only talking about reading now. This is 20 days of just reading. This is not understanding a text. There's a different problem,
Yes.
you know, but to me, from day one, and then it depends on attendance. Depends on attendance, and it was a big support from the school as well that led them to come in to prepare a class and a slot for them to come in as teachers to teach. That's how I know. I've only been there once. I cannot take it. My mom until today don't understand what went wrong. You know, and I said, Mommy, you just datang sini for 1 hour, you want to ask me this question. So you ask them lah. You know, so but it is that then people know there is a problem. This is not about anything else but the child itself. And we focus on the child rather than we debate about all the other things inside. Sharina, how do you get involved? I think Sharina ni lebih rebellious than what I can say about her. When I talk about Keciciran and then I cakap, hey, isn't this a dyslexia problem ke, disabilities yang lain? And then dia kata, Mi, kalau dia tak mampu macam mana? How can they get that self-diagnosed? You know, from the start, how? So, isn't that Keciciran as well? So, Sharina,
Okay, pada asalnya projek Iqra bermula kerana projek yang lain, tak ada kaitan dengan pendidikan pun. Kemudian satu hari tu kita diminta oleh sebuah rumah yatim untuk kita buat kelas tuition dekat rumah dia. So kita pergi dengan beberapa volunteers, ada dalam 30 orang budak berbagai umur, dan kita cuba mengajar selama 2 tahun dengan keadaan seperti orang yang tak berapa nampak. Gini, macam mana nak ajar 30 orang dengan 30 level, dengan hanya, katakanlah walaupun ada 10 orang volunteer pun kita tak mampu, kerana ada 30 keadaan yang berbeza-beza setiap budak. Jadi kita buat eksperimen masa tu, you know, kita beli buku kat kedai, kita cuba, kita photostat, kita download, kita guna apps, macam-macam yang kita guna, tapi kita tak berjaya. Jadi sehinggalah satu hari tu kita jumpa dengan Akademi i-SINA, kita Liza, and barulah kita tahu rupanya dia sudah ada mengkaji dan mencipta modules untuk mengatasi keciciran walaupun pelbagai umur. Jadi semenjak hari itu kita guna modules dia dan kita implement dekat semua kelas yang kita buat pada waktu itu, dan kita dapati ia menyelesaikan masalah.
This is the kelas rakyat ya?
Yes, that's right. So semenjak hari itu kita memang guna modules yang dia buat di semua kelas rakyat, dan in fact kita juga ajarkan kepada NGO yang lain ya, untuk gunakan sistem yang sama. Kita tak payah pening nak fikir apa nak ajar. Benda tu membantu pada setiap level yang berbeza-beza. Imagine dalam kelas kita 30 orang budak, subjek matematik, tetapi semuanya buku yang berbeza ya, sebab dia mengikut tahap budak itu sendiri, bukan mengikut tahap seluruh kelas. Kalau dekat katakan kita ambil contoh kat sekolah, darjah 4 kena belajar chapter 3, semua orang kena belajar chapter 3. Sama ada awak dah faham chapter 2 ke belum, semua orang kena belajar chapter 3 hari ini. Tapi kelas kita boleh kat mana yang awak tak faham, yang itu dulu selesaikan. Yang mana dah selesai, naik dulu, tak payah tunggu kawan ya. Jadi itu adalah satu benda yang menyelesaikan masalah yang kita hadapi selama lebih kurang 2-3 tahun ya. Masa buat mula-mula kelas rakyat dahulu, yang menyebabkan kita tak expand. Orang banyak rumah kebajikan minta kita datang rumah dia, buat kelas. Kita tak berani expand sebab kita pun tak selesai macam mana cara nak mengajar. Semenjak kita dah tahu cara tu, barulah kita expand banyak ke kawasan-kawasan lain.
Sorry Sharina, nak tanya, bila kata teknik mengajar tu, is that really the pedagogy ke atau
pedagogi ni semua tak ada. Saya pun bukan pendidikan, minta maaf. Kita pun orang IT, background IT. Tapi kita kita faham satu benda je lah. Kalau tak boleh buat benda yang basic tahap tangga yang pertama dan kedua, mengapa kita nak suruh dia lompat buat tahap yang ke-6? Sedangkan yang bawah ni tak selesai. Jadi apa yang kita buat ialah kita tak ada pilihan, kita kena betulkan bawah dulu. Kalau dia slow nak selesaikan bawah ni, kita kena tolong sampai dia faham. Tetapi ada budak yang laju dan kita hanya ada sekali dua kali, dia terus okey dapat.
Nak tanya, this class ni, what's the frequency like per week?
2 kali seminggu, 1 malam 2 jam. So frekuensi dia sangat sedikit berbanding dengan jumlah yang diorang spend kat sekolah. Tapi apa boleh buat, itu saja yang kita mampu buat masa ini. Dan kita mengharapkan lebih banyak NGO dengan orang ramai akan datang buat benda sama supaya kita boleh tingkatkan frekuensi. Dengan kepantasan pelajaran yang bergerak sekarang, kita tak mampu nak kejar. Tapi apa yang kita buat ialah at least kita tolong dia kumpulkan basic dia untuk jangan dia ponting sekolah, jangan dia drop out of school. Yang itu paling mustahil.
Well, okay, thank you. I just, it's not easy nak cari caretaker mana yatim. We do ayah yatim asnaf group a lot. It's not easy to find caretaker yang that caring enough about this, especially kalau budak-budak they're just being kids tau. This is not, I wouldn't say budak-budak tu nakal ke apa ke, they're just being children sebenarnya. Tapi dalam keadaan yang ramai, dia memang overwhelming. So macam cerita Kak Liza tadi, it was like parents also, and then on your side it's a bit more unique, but basically I just want to ask Sharina first just now, what makes them actually realize that they do need help? The children wouldn't know, they are just following, but the people that actually go. Macam parents, I totally understand. It's my child. So you went through the same experience, Kaliza, because it was your child, And then for macam kalau
maybe I should answer that.
Right.
Okay. Macam ni. Because I work with children yang tak boleh membaca and tak boleh menulis. Okay. So my earliest mission was to make sure that they can read and write. Okay, once I saw that and budak boleh baca dan menulis, I thought, yeah, hooray, we finished our mission, That's it. Tapi sebenarnya it was the beginning. Surprisingly, it's the beginning because the child baru nak mula dia punya formal education. Sebab dia baru boleh baca. Okay? And like Sharina mentioned tadi, dia pergi cari buku tak kedai semua. That's what I did also. I looked out on the internet, cari buku photostat ni, photostat sepatutnya tak boleh photostat. Tapi I did lah because nak try dulu kan. So I did photostat a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I pening because you have 50 kids and dia ni tak boleh ni, yang ni tak boleh yang tu, yang ni tak boleh yang ni, like pelbagai, too many. So what I did was I created the modules to have that basic foundation regardless of where you're teaching. So we start from zero until kita build up sampai certain tahap yang dia boleh ikut.
This membaca ni, are we talking about Malay?
Okay, yang tu dia tak masuk membaca dah sebab dia dah boleh baca. Tapi dia keciciran because all budak yang boleh membaca at a late stage akan keciciran. Yeah, that is a fact.
So basically this reading ni is membaca bahasa Melayu.
Yeah. Tapi selepas dia boleh membaca bahasa Melayu, i-SINA sebenarnya we have other steps. Kita ada membaca bahasa Inggeris, dan kita ada mathematics dan kita ada English.
Why I dekat ni because bahasa Melayu kita senang because it goes by vowels. I, U, kan?
Correct.
So
reading senang, kefahaman tak senang.
Yes.
Okay, reading is very easy, bercakap sangat mudah, tapi
Comprehension.
The writing is pretty bad. So kita ada pemulihan untuk menulis sebab surprisingly bila kita jumpa budak katalah umur dia dah 10 tahun and then kita pulihkan dia dah boleh baca sekarang ni dia dah boleh baca surat khabar tapi dia tak tahu pun penyapu itu daripada perkataan sapu. They have no idea. Because sebelum ni dia cakap sapu je, sapu-sapu, penyapu. Dia tak nampak relevance pun. Okay? Jumpa kena ada berjumpa. Kan dia tak pernah baca. Dia bercakap saja. Orang cakap mana ada. Oh, saya berjumpa dengan orang di mana ada kan. We speak. So, we find problems dekat state di mana mereka membentang lorat. Sama juga. Sebab budak tu bercakap. Dia tak pernah membaca. Jadi dia bercakap, dia guna perkataan katalah di Kelantan. Dia Ya, sebelum tu you tengok dia muka tak nampak pun ataupun tudung dia dah tutup muka separuh dah tak nampak. Tapi after dia boleh baca, wah dia pula pukul-pukul orang kan, macam happy je kan.
Macam dah pandai.
Macam I belong to this school now, you know. Macam tu lah. Something like that lah. Tapi you akan nampak perubahan yang drastic in change.
Okay, thanks.
But still a long journey lagi.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure since in Yayasan Generasi Gemilang, apart from that, what kind of other support do you actually see? Because they're already doing the core work.
Yeah,
Kan?
which we are doing as well.
Yes. So, and then you have support because you guys punya team bigger, lama, and then your demographic behind covers always just like all of that.
Yes.
So, what are the other support system that is needed?
Yeah, on top of the educations, actually, it's very easy. A lot of time we just say, oh, education, masalah pendidikan, just do the teaching and all that. Actually, it's not. Because taking a step back is actually the psychology of the students, and another step back actually is stability of the family. So actually we provide basic needs that include food, uniform, vision check. Banyak budak yang terpilih nampak blackboard. Actually it's up from the crack. A lot of people do that. And specs now, this is not cheap. We are still looking for we call it disruption system. Is there a way to create specs yang lebih murah, or you don't have to keep changing the spec all the time, you know, kind of thing. So specs, basic needs include food, uniform, and stability of the family. A lot of students don't go to school. It's not that they don't want to, because ayah sakit, ibu jaga ayah kat hospital.
Okay,
that's that.
I want to ask you,
So that's what we do.
If the parents actually say macam tak payahlah belajar because kita miskin, you better help us to work,
Yeah.
right? Because that's what, and I actually have to say no, but you know, but. So how
Yes. So what that's what we do as well. That we actually have a family team that actually go and assess the family. Then we actually explain to the parents the importance of the education. But they will tell you that siapa nak jaga I punya anak. Yeah. So sometimes, to be honest, the very reality is that sometimes they sacrifice the elders to a certain extent. So we will actually create a subsidy to look at for alternative childcare so the kids can go to school. Or we look for, say, we refer the parents to get some sort of, there's a social worker to get some sort of bantuan and all that. But because of that, the bantuan cannot finish because bantuan can only help certain people. So we actually created a new system that if so long as you are bekerja, if you sick on MC, we will give you food and rental allowance. That's why we create that. This is called like micro protection plan. Yeah, it's a very innovative product that we created out of the needs of the community, and we knock on the doors. So we have finally we are one of the insurance company willing to be the sponsor.
So
we encourage the parent to go work first.
Yeah, and so you start with that. But then
Yes.
again, that program only relevant if the child goes to school.
Not really. As long as you are staying in the community, we want the parent to go to work. Papa kerja besar-besar, walaupun you are helping to take care of other children, that's considered a job. You tak payah ada betul-betul punya gaji salary and all that, tak perlu. Asalkan you bekerja sedikit, you jangan rasa lemak, consider bekerja. So we want you to work, to be productive, so that then we give you the coverage. That's what we give you the protection plan. Yeah, and beside that is actually the well-being and the self-esteem of the children, yang keyakinan diri. Kalau seluruh dunia kata saya bodoh, macam mana saya nak percaya saya boleh belajar? The fear, you know, banyak kali bukan keyakinan diri, itu the fear. What you call fear in biasa? Ketakutan. Ya, tak nampak cikgu pun takut. That's why we never call our teachers. We just call them abang kakak, like very perama. You know, that is the easier way to do. Yeah, so that's why start from basic needs, but stabilize the family. Then we talk about education.
Okay, so this is the last round really, because I really want to open Q&A before we have to go. But this last round is not the round that is always kata-kata baik-baik, you know, at the end. You know, I don't like that. So basically, I will start with Sharifah. Actually, I just want you, if I give you the chance to say anything that you want to say, okay, this is the time to do it. Because when we talk about education is very sensitive. And we always think about menjaga hati a lot of pihak when we do this. But the one that suffer is still the child. So our aim now and focus is about the child. So if you have the chance to say anything you want to say, this is the place. Thank you.
Banyak nak cakap sebenarnya. Tapi sebab main klik dah, warning lah, jangan cakap yang mengarut.
But that shows what? That shows that we need more discourse and dialogue.
Yes.
That actually shows that when you have so much things to say. So just use this level.
I wish I can, kalau lah saya boleh I wish government will open up lah. Satu perkara ialah terimalah kenyataan benda ni memang berlaku. Itu yang paling mustahak. Terima kenyataan, kita memang ada kerja fikir. Kita ada pelajar Corot. Dan kita tak nak atau tak nak, kita kena solve. Kita tak boleh simpan diorang ni kat mana-mana dalam kotak atau dalam lemari. Kita tak boleh. Kita kena solve, tak ada pilihan. Dan hak ataupun kerja menyelesaikannya adalah kerja satu Malaysia kena buat. Buat masa ni apa yang kita buat, Projek Iqra, kita bantu yang mana kita mampu. Kemudian kita train NGO, kita ada Putrajaya kat sini, kita ada Gay Puchong. Dia external NGOs. Kita minta diorang duplicate our style, buat kat kawasan masing-masing. Kita ada Perlis, Kuala Perlis pun ada wakil kat sini. So kita nak pergi semua tempat, tak boleh. Apa yang kita boleh buat, kita train others to do it. Tapi still tak mencukupi sebab kita tahu banyak lagi budak tak dapat kita nak bantu. At this moment, apa yang dalam waktu yang paling mudah sekarang yang kita nampak ialah semua kita nak minta lebih banyak NGO, lebih banyak individu, lebih banyak kelab, universiti untuk tampil buat perkara ini. Tak tahu nak buat, kita ajarkan. Tak tahu apa nak ajar, kita ada modul. Yang paling mustahak kena keluar dan sama-sama turun ke padang, tolong pelajar-pelajar ini. Sementara kita boleh mencari jalan untuk menyelesaikannya di peringkat lebih besar, di peringkat pembuat dasar, yang menyediakan struktur persekolahan ini. Sementara kita nak sampai ke level itu, kita buat yang ini dulu. So hopefully kita boleh push dan kita boleh push dan kita boleh sedarkan, kita boleh gertak dan kita boleh supaya mereka terpaksa juga buat sesuatu untuk selesaikan masalah ini di peringkat nasional. Apa yang kita buat di peringkat kecil-kecilan, tapi kita tak ada pilihan. Kita kena buat sekarang juga untuk selesaikan di peringkat nasional, di peringkat pembuat dasar, di peringkat policy maker. Itu saja.
Okay, I think that's very fair to say that there is a problem and it's a generally a Malaysian punya problem.
Okay, saya pun actually banyak juga benda nak cakap, tapi we'll just summarize it to membaca dan menulis lah. Saya kalau boleh, saya nak a lot of parents and teachers ataupun sesiapalah NGO yang work with children aware yang banyak keciciran. I think yang kita jumpa, the majority, maybe 80%, because of the inefficiency in reading and writing. Maknanya kalau you jumpa budak-budak kelas Corot tu, kalau biasa kami buat saringan, kita akan jumpa dalam 90% sebenarnya memang tak boleh membaca betul, dan tidak boleh menulis betul. Okey, apa cakap anak saya boleh baca, anak saya boleh baca. Tapi yes, dia boleh baca apa? Dan pada peringkat umur dia, adakah bacaan dia itu cukup? Saya bagi contoh pada umur seorang kanak-kanak 7 tahun, dia boleh membaca buku cerita, fine, tak ada masalah. Tapi pada umur 9 tahun, dia pun boleh baca buku cerita, tapi dia tidak boleh membaca surat khabar. Pada umur 12 tahun, juga dia boleh baca buku cerita, tapi dia tidak boleh membaca surat khabar. Now, you can understand already, teks akan menjadi lebih susah dan lebih susah. So, kategori kanak-kanak yang boleh membaca secara efisien ini, maksudnya dia boleh membaca semua perkataan dalam bahasa Malaysia dengan sebutan yang betul, dan kefahaman tu is a different story lah. Dan the ability to make sure that all words tu dia mampu untuk membaca. Dan sebenarnya bila kita check di sekolah menengah, di sekolah Bukit Galing yang you visit hari itu, there's about 180 pelajar daripada tingkatan 1 sampai tingkatan 5. We're talking about sekolah menengah, bukan sekolah rendah lagi. Daripada tingkatan 1 hingga tingkatan 5 yang memang tidak boleh baca. Okey, tidak boleh baca ni pun ada banyak kategori. Kalau dia tak boleh baca langsung tu, very obvious lah. Tapi ada juga yang nampak macam boleh baca, tapi dia meneka. Ada juga yang baca, tapi perkataan yang susah memang dia tak boleh baca. Seperti infrastruktur, dia tak boleh baca, menangani pun dia tak boleh baca. So, there's a lot of things dalam membaca ni sebenarnya. Kita tak boleh kata, oh dia boleh baca, kenapa dia masih gagal? Tak boleh And another one is, dia boleh baca tapi dia tidak boleh menulis. Ini ramai yang ingat, once you boleh baca, you boleh tulis. It's not true. Ada ramai yang boleh membaca tapi masih tidak boleh menulis.
Kalau macam tu, kalau predictive text dalam our phone and our computer ada, I don't even think of spelling anymore, like, you know.
Okay, but that's a lot in English. English, but okay. Kita cakap pasal bahasa Malaysia. Bahasa Malaysia ni susah sikit nak prompt. Okay, not like English. English ni sebenarnya banyak budak-budak with learning disability banyak lebih mahir dalam bahasa Inggeris. Now why? Because English punya language is much easier to hafal. Because dia punya perkataan pendek-pendek. Okay, like I have a cat. It's a lot easier to hafal than saya mempunyai seekor kucing. Okay, so it's a lot easier to recognize those whole words rather than in bahasa Melayu. Bahasa Melayu you tak ada choice. You kena baca. Okay, kerajaan, blah blah blah, mempelbagaikan. How do you hafal that? You cannot hafal that. That's why you have a lot of students yang menghafal ni. Dia baca ziarah, dia baca zirafah. Selekoh, dia baca sekolah. Okay, kerajinan, dia baca kerajaan. So dia meneka. Dia mengambil whole word dan cuba meneka, and it doesn't work that way. So kita kena betulkan, otherwise memang dia akan keciciran. And if you feel that, if you find that this is, betul ke this is happening, yes, we have met a lot of these school kids.
Question,
Yeah?
is there still, I baru tahu pagi tadi waktu we were just discussing that at standard 1 there's no more ABC. At standard 1 you dah boleh baca.
You're expected to, yes.
Itu dia macam, I did ABC, flowers and rainbow got to standard 1. So, when I'm 40 now, but then apa tu, that's totally different. I didn't know that maknanya kalau parents yang tak sensitive about the early childhood, dia akan tercicir.
Yes.
You know, that's one thing. So that is scary.
And another fact finding yang kami jumpa, kami pergi pelbagai community, regardless of your race, Chinese, banyak orang kata, budak Cina semua pandai-pandai. Then, we have one temple here yang kata but he's so successful now, he's so successful now. And also community orang asli, Hamdan, thank you for that speech, just it's really inspiring. Tapi I would like to tell you our findings, across races, sama saja. Sama je. You have this much budak-budak yang pandai sangat, you have this much mediocre, and you have this much yang betul-betul ada learning disability and so on. So sama je. Even in masyarakat orang asli, even in masyarakat orang asli, when we met about maybe 60% tak boleh baca langsung, but in the end some of them can reach to apa-apa. So normal je sebenarnya. We find that the percentage is the same. And for the Chinese, kita jumpa dekat Rawang 60% Chinese yang cannot read and write, cannot speak English, cannot speak bahasa, So kita kena ada translator nak tolong betulkan dia orang. But yes, the percentage in the end becomes about the same. So sebenarnya regardless, kita jangan cakap orang asli tak pandai, kita jangan cakap orang India lebih bodoh daripada orang Melayu, tak ada. There's no such thing. Sama saja. Given the chance, given the opportunity, anybody can excel. Sure.
I think there's a statistics that maybe some of us are aware, some of us are not. Menurut Khazanah Research Institute dan juga Kerajaan Statistics, 1 daripada 6 remaja drop out from school sebelum umur 16 tahun. So kalau kita nak jadikan sebuah negara yang berjaya dan membangun generasi yang gemilang, this is the group that we need to look into. And the most effective and the cheapest intervention is actually education. Don't talk about skill latihan, pekerjaan, mencari penyelesaian. That's not, because from all the research around the world, yang paling berkesan adalah pendidikan. Kerana pendidikan bukan sahaja dapat mengubah seseorang, mengubah seseorang keluarga. Kerana kalau dia ada pendidikan lebih banyak, dia akan buat projek dan melahirkan bayi lebih lambat nanti. So kira kalau teenage pregnancy semua itu Dan kemudian apabila anak mereka dilahirkan di satu keluarga yang ada lebih stabil income dia akan memastikan anak dia akan mendapat education yang lebih baik daripada ibu bapa So education bukan akan change one life, one family, but generations to come. Okay, so and it's very easy to say, oh, education, let's do 20 days, all right, but it's a long haul journey. So I think I have 3 points to say. Number 1 is commitment. Yeah, we want commitment from everybody, and all of us can do something. It is our 7 years running the community education program, and to tell you the truth is that it's about the word empowerment. You don't think that saya adalah cikgu, saya bukan cikgu, saya boleh ajar. No, we tell our kids, you know ABC, you teach ABC. So as of today, after 6 years to 7 years, these are 7 years, we have 20 teenagers from the community are teaching the primary school together with our staff and volunteers. So you give them empowerment, and that makes them have the motivation and a drive that I need to study more because I need to help my community. So that's one thing, commitment. All of us can do together. Number 2 is actually, especially now, most of us are from the Bandar group. Around Bandar, we don't have to go until Sabah Sarawak and all that. Around us, there are a lot of urban poor groups. Yeah, I'm so shocked. Ara Damansara, how many millions of properties? One of our project is in Ara Damansara, the Masubang PPR. Another one behind Bangsa South. Another one is actually even in the area in IKEA, Damansara Perdana, kan? Also is a very high class place. But behind that there is a Desa Temuan. There is a orang asli community that literally in the middle of the concrete jungle, yang atas. But the dropouts, the kids there, most of them don't go to secondary school at all. So we don't have to go far. If you are from the Bandar group, just look around you. There are people that we can do together. I mean, there are 3 NGOs, there are more out there, we can always support you. And everyone can do something. Let's do something. Because as one person, we can't change the world. And don't blame the system. Yeah, don't blame the system if we ourselves don't be the change that we want to see. As one person, we can't change the world, but we can definitely change the world of a child.
Thank you. Thank you. I think they did try their very best because downstairs just now the debate was even more. Do this, do that. You know, so but we actually try to cater to talk about the input of it. Is there any questions, please? It's not easy for me to get this, so please ask questions.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. So, kenalkan diri saya Azma, buat kelas mengajar under ditrain oleh Projek Iqra dan i-SINA. So ada banyak questions sebenarnya, tapi saya limitkan mungkin 2 kot. Okay, so firstly adalah one of the problem that I've met in my class is that certain budak memang dia nak belajar, tapi basic things yang kita just kira senang-senang macam tambah, tolak, they can do. Tapi once kena fikir, diorang tak nak buat. Fikir means like tempat kosong depan, tambah something and then diorang dah terus give up. Because kat sekolah, diorang just ikut je apa cikgu ajar kan, usually, and they copy macam robot lah. So, they tends to bring that idea dekat kelas. So, in what way kita boleh motivate them on encouraging them to think at least. Sebab dalam bahasa Melayu pun kalau suruh sambung ayat, diorang tak nak sambung. Kalau boleh tak nak sambung. Dia macam, dia tak nak fikir apa nak sambung sebab dia dah biasa sangat repetition. So that's one. And then second is there are some students yang memang very tercicir, sangat tercicir dalam membaca semua, and tapi dia orang tak ada motivation nak datang kelas. Dia orang datang at first, but because dia orang nampak juga orang lain, dia orang rasa dia orang left out, walaupun kawan dia sama je buat modul dengan dia rasa dia left out. And then dia buat kacau dalam kelas sebab dia rasa dia tak boleh belajar. So how macam kita nak approach those students? Itu je. That's all for now.
Aku fikir ni kan, saya selalu melihat apa pergi sekolah yang student-student buat dan memang banyak yang menyalin. Pergi sekolah hari ni saya tak tahu lah, kerja sekolah semua kelas atau kerja sekolah di kelas belakang sahaja adalah menyalin dan menyalin, kerana itu adalah satu benda yang paling mudah untuk dibuat. Menyebabkan apabila adalah kerja-kerja yang kita berikan memerlukan mereka berfikir, mereka dah susah. Jadi untuk aktiviti yang memerlukan berfikir ni memang kita banyakkan kepelbagaian kan. Kita buat game, kita buat quiz, kita kena cara kita explain pada students tu. Kalau biasanya kita explain cara yang kita belajar biasa, kita terpaksa rendahkan cara explain tu ke kaedah yang paling asas, ya, untuk membolehkan mereka faham. Dan kita memang kena faham mereka perlahan-lahan. Tak apa, kita nak tolak dia laju-laju pun tak boleh, kita ikut step yang speed yang dia buat. Kerana harian mereka adalah setakat yang saya tengok selalu ialah banyak melibatkan menyalin otak, menyalin sahaja. Ya. Saya fikir kita macam kita dalam kelas, kita terpaksa buat aktiviti yang untuk move sikit otak dia. Kita ajak dia berfikir. Banyak permainan ya, aktiviti yang kita boleh cuba buat, but bukan satu benda yang boleh selesai dalam satu malam. Kita kena jalankannya berpanjangan. Itu pendapat saya.
I think if you look at, so now I like the way you frame your question is that you say how to make the children think. Your question, it will be very narrow. If you say how to make them do this soalan yang susah, that is not the way, right? How to make the children think, ya, macam mana kami menggalakkan anak-anak untuk berfikir. So take a step back. Adakah kami membagi environment yang anak boleh berani untuk cuba dan buat salah? Tak. Kebanyakan, most of the time in school or maybe at home, in the family, buat salah sikit-sikit kena. So that's why they don't dare to try. That's number one. Number two, we don't actually have the environment to make our children to be expressive. You know, boleh meluarkan perasaan dan meluarkan pendapat mereka. Apabila begitu, so I takut lah. So the psychology behind is that I takut nak buat salah and I tak berani nak buat apa-apa. So actually it takes years, as I agree. And actually what we did is actually in Generasi Gemilang, academic is not, although I'm from the education team, but education is not our first objective. Yeah, number one is actually attendance, which is a motivation. We want them to, lepak-lepak keluar, come to our program twice a week. Yeah, 4 jam only. Then number two is actually attitude. So actually create a space for the kids. Sometimes dia nak domba tak apa, dia marah-marah, dia kacau orang tak apa. So we give them attention. Okay, biasanya dia nak attention, bagi attention. They say, okay, dia do just borak-borak je. Then we ask the kids, what do you like? So ask some question that get to know them so that they start to open up. And then we ask them to think on things. Example, what do you want to be? What do you do? So when they start to think, then that will be easier. That they dare to try something new. But by creating the zone and environment for them that it's okay to do some small mistakes. Yeah? It's okay to do mistakes, but not fatal mistake that cannot turn back, you lost your life. But in the environment that is safe, that you to make the children expressive. Because the environment itself actually we saw it very much when we bring our children out to combine with some of the international school students for some workshop. And today they are on the public speaking training, yeah, with all the international school students. We pay and send them go, but they feel very, very small first few years, but now they are getting better and better because it's that environment that we don't have. So I think I like your question that how to make them think is that let's provide an open environment and always ask them questions that 5W1H. Don't ask a question with the answer only yes and no. Yeah. So let's start something small and it's a relationship. The moment they trust you, the moment they like you, the moment they will willing to listen to you a little bit more. That is where when they like you, they will come. When they come, only you have opportunity to change them. If we are very strict, very garang, then of course they won't come. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Is there another question? Soalan kedua, Kak Lita nak try.
Okay, regarding the second question about attendance, memang I think we all have to realize that doing a program is easy, sustaining the kids is not. Okay, itu yang paling susah sekali. And in any kind of program, you will have dropouts. Okay, you can't help everybody. Itu dah tentu. Yeah, the ones yang tak datang macam mana nak tolong? We also face that problem. In a Jom Baca program, sometimes kita ada 100 budak and then we end up having maybe 85 saja. Mana pergi lagi 15, you know? But like I said, you can't help everybody, you have to move on. Let's concentrate on those yang datang. It's better to help the 85 yang datang rather than you think about the 15 yang hilang. You know? Because yeah, they have issues like you nak lawan dengan maybe CC, dia rather pergi CC daripada datang you punya kelas. Walaupun dia tahu dia ada progress in your class, you know, don't worry, you're not doing anything wrong. Kalau you ikut by what Simpson says lah, jangan garang, you know, motivate them, fine.
You
They
garang
love you.
Kak Liza?
Tak garang langsung.
Okay, I rasa garang, but
I garang bertempat lah. Bertempat lah. Tapi most of the time, I tak garang langsung. You never ever punish a child when dia tak boleh ikut. Never ever punish, because that is the first mistake cikgu buat. You know, tak faham, ketepang.
Kan cikgu je, parents pun.
Parents pun. Okay, you never ever, because your job is to teach. Kalau dia tak faham, there's nothing you can do about it. You know, the child will only understand when the time comes. Dia akan understand. Kalau dia tak faham, then that's it. Tak apa, ajar lagi. And usually children will be motivated when there is self-progress. Bila dia ada progress dalam diri dia, dia akan motivated to come. Kita ada budak yang tertinggal bas datang jalan berapa kilometer pergi kelas kita. Ada, you know? Tapi ada juga yang buatlah macam mana pun dia tidak ada motivation untuk sukses. Not yet, maybe. Jangan give up kalau budak macam drop out from your program, next time you buat program, aku tak nak lah budak ni, jahat dia tak datang, jangan. Because at that point in time mungkin dia tak motivated, tapi mungkin dia dah ready, you know, within like a few years. So never give up on a child, but don't linger on one kalau dia tak boleh gitu. Okay, because you have a lot more others than you boleh do. So don't bear a grudge, just continue with what you're doing. You're doing a great job. It's better to concentrate on the majority yang datang rather than, you know, to just linger on the few yang.
There's one thing that I would like to say. If you don't have any question, because we say with this on limited time, please ask question. Think of a question while I say this. One of the things that I like to do was to support sekolah rendah. And one of the program yang banyak sekolah suka call me up is the free canteen, because I find food is a problem to promote attendance in school. And sekolah rendah kita ada rancangan makanan tambahan, RNT. Totally forgotten sekolah menengah, they don't have that kind of support, but they still work, and we still want them to go to school. I will try to work with you guys on that.
Yeah, that's why we are supporting 20 sekolah menengah right now. A lot of time people like to work with primary school, very cute and senang nak handle kan. Secondary school, you bagi makanan pun dia tak nak datang. But there's one approach that makes a difference ya. Is go back to the self-esteem, keyakinan diri. Sebab biasanya takkan juga, oh awak ni kesian, awak miskin, so kami pergi makan. In sekolah menengah, if you use this line, wrong. And we don't even let the school management do the introduction. We actually do the introduction. We say, tahniah, anda telah dipilih untuk menyertai program super sarapan. Oh, some with the MC voice like that. Yes, why? Because they say, kenapa saya dipilih ya cikgu? Sebab awak ada potensi dan kami harap dengan ada program super sarapan ini, prestasi awak akan meningkat di sekolah, attendance awak akan improve and all that. We care about you. Kami menyayangi you. Ya, kasih sayang. So kasih and sayang. So I like Malay word. Love is like English word sometimes. Yeah, it's not so perfect. But you see kasih sayang. So our love, you need to care for the kids as well. So we ajar the kids. Tanya anda telah dipilih. Bukan kesian awak miskin saya bagi orang kan. Not the way. Yeah. No. I thought you want to take over. I want to cut in or not? Okay. Yeah.
But
so that's what we are doing. The method is important.
I think one of the reason also is sekolah rendah, dia punya bilangan tu is smaller compared to sekolah menengah. You know, so I do know my funders and donors, bila kita dengar bilangan untuk sekolah rendah tu, the amount tu ratus-ratus je, but sekolah menengah can be about 1,000. So I think that's another thing juga. But what you're doing is streaming, and then you pilih mana the target group. What's the number like?
To be honest, it's very difficult. So we work with the school. So we let the school decide that, because a lot of times you see, it's a collaboration. That's what we learned throughout the years. Yeah, we try to make it 50 to 100 per school. You can't help everybody, and that's what we are trying. Because our funding also is limited.
Berapa ringgit per head?
Okay, we actually collaborate with the canteen. Okay, it's a wrong thing if you bring an outside operator masuk. You will create all the politics. No, so we work with canteen operator. It only costs us some of the pets makan lebih baik daripada kita punya belajar. I'm serious, you cannot give them the same food 180 over days of school life. You cannot do that. You need to give them, because they are remaja, they have self-esteem and image. So two things we try to work, but not all canteen operator can collaborate. Number one, coupon system. Kita tak ada sediakan makanan kat meja sana so you can ambil macam tu. Tak, kita coupon system. Okay, coupon system. Setiap minggu you datang sekolah, you dapat coupon and you go and tukar the makanan. You beratur macam budak biasa yang bayar. So that's one. Number two, you change the menu. Yeah, but not all school canteen operator can do the coupon system. So I said, ayah kecil lah nak tak meja tak apa. Slowly we build relationship, kita transform canteen operator. Kita punya success story adalah canteen operator yang tiba-tiba rasa dia bersalah kerana bagi makanan yang kurang berkhasiat. Orang ni semua you okay, I punya student, I pun tak care sana. Okay lah, I. So they improve their quality of the food juga. So sometimes that's a very amazing journey lah yang kita ada. So now 20 schools only we are doing, including 4 in Sarawak, in Miri. So yeah, all of us can do something like this. Yeah, secondary school, yes.
Thank you. That part is important because we need to find ways how public can actually participate. Kita mungkin tak boleh buat atau cannot have a high commitment like what they're doing, like how many 20 days a month and things like that. But there's also other support things that you can actually help them out. Is there any question?
Assalamualaikum and is it still morning?
Masih.
Yes, it's still morning. Good morning everybody. My name is Haris Harun. Currently, I'm a cikgu sekolah rendah, teaching science, tahun 6 for UPSR. And the trouble is, tak boleh baca. And then how the heck I'm going to teach science? Okay, they can't even read and write. So biasalah, I've encountered the problem bapak Kelantan. So dalam kertas soalan pun accent Kelantan juga. So Kedah, Sabahan, at my area ada Sabahan. So macam-macam lah, kan tak ada yang jumpa. That is the problem in science, not in bahasa. Bahasa is even worse. Okay, the government has been doing a lot of things. Baru-baru ni masuk PA21, ABA21 and whatsoever. I know what you guys thinking. Okay, that's not the question yet. And even my wife, she's feeding our son, is guru pemulihan, and also JU jurulatih utama daerah. Okay, there are program that for sekolah rendah that cannot read, that can read and write, program Linux and whatsoever lah. You know how BS it is. So what's the difference? My first question is what's the difference i-SINA program between the current syllabus from KTM that they're doing the Linux program lah. Sebab the success rate is around 90% plus that can read actually. That is the data given.
Linux rate 100%.
Okay, sorry. Linux rate is 100%. Not exactly lah, sebab di sekolah tu dia adjust KL. So
kita tak cakap je lah, adjust banyak.
Semua sekolah adjust.
Okay, I'm so dead. Okay, so the first question is what makes Projek Iqra and Kelas and i-SINA program different and can achieve such better success rate than the Linux program? This is very clear to me already. Okay, what's the difference? That's my first question. Okay, I have a second question. Okay, because I also work on something outside with Ahmad Naim, for site education, on talent development. I've been doing that for nearly 4 years. This is my 4th year. Even I told my student, if you don't want to go to school, don't go. Okay, so why? Because belajar kelas belakang yang cicik duduk pula kelas corot, memang cikgu kata kau datang sekolah buat apa? In fact, I am teaching the last class and I said, this is my question for my student, kau datang sekolah buat untuk apa sebenarnya? And then they answer me, untuk belajar. Kau datang sekolah sebenarnya kau buat apa? and they can directly answer me, saya main cikgu. So kenapa kau datang sekolah? Even cikgu-cikgu pun tak suka kau datang sekolah. So why i-SINA and all this Kelas Rakyat focusing on so that they go to school? In fact, the teachers no one came at school. I'm talking about reality. I'm not saying I hate my student, I don't know. Means the school system doesn't fit for them anymore.
Okay.
So what you want to emphasize by you don't have baca, tulis, and then you send them back to school. Okay.
Okay.
I nak jawab dulu. I memang minta budak-budak pergi sekolah sebab dia adalah tempat selamat. That's me. Okay. Okay, but now I want to hear.
Okay, kita jawab yang first dulu lah ya. Apa beza i-SINA dengan what you guys have been trained to do in school? Okay, it's a bit sensitive lah when we talk about the system that we have currently dengan whether it's successful or not. Senang cerita je lah, kita lihat di sekolah menengah lah. Di sekolah menengah, di sekolah rendah. Sekolah rendah. Okay, kalau you pergi ke sekolah menengah, you will see the product of sekolah rendah. Okay, so kita tak payah cerita lah success leaders tu berapa persen ke, apa ke cikgu buat, apa ke sesuai ke. That's beside the point. Now the point is the accumulating students yang tidak perform dan mempunyai masalah membaca dan menulis di sekolah menengah adalah sangat tinggi. Now where do these children come from? If not from the same system that you've been doing in sekolah rendah. Correct. So, kita kena mengambil satu inisiatif untuk bersetuju bahawa masalah itu wujud. Okay? Masalah itu wujud. And coming to your second question, kenapa kita sibuk-sibuk? We want to help these kids. Padahal dah memang obvious, they cannot follow the system. Cikgu kata, awak tak payah pergi sekolah lah. You can say that. Tapi you must really understand the scenario behind the child. Okay? No child would tell you, saya tak nak pergi sekolah sebab saya bodoh. Saya tak nak pergi sekolah sebab saya tak boleh ikut apa cikgu ajar. No child will tell you that dia tidak mampu untuk buat. But you, as a teacher, you boleh tahu this child tak boleh buat. Now, let me ask you another question. Is that his choice? Adakah itu pilihan dia? Adakah itu pilihan anak itu yang dia tak mau ikut atau tak boleh ikut? No, it is not his choice. Okay? Now, you nak suruh dia drop out of school, it will not solve the problem. It will solve your school problem. It will solve the school's problem, but it will not solve the society problem. Where will the child go? Right now, kita tidak ada sekolah pemulihan membaca dan menulis khusus. Actually tengah nak cuba buat kan. Kalau kenal siapa yang nak bantu kami buka sekolah, please tell us. Because we need that school. Bukan untuk budak sekolah rendah saja. We need it for sekolah menengah. We need for the youth yang tengah melepak-lepak ambil dadah semua tu. Kalau you kaji balik, some of them memang dropouts. Most of them are dropouts. So it will not solve the society problem. And you don't think that we are putting this child into school because kita nak dia dapat A. Not at all. Supaya kita dapat dia ni jadi ambition dia jadi doktor or engineer. Lagi jauh. Why are we putting these kids in school? So that diorang tidak drop out and ikut this aliran negatif tu, be in that society yang bagi you problem sekarang ni, yang merompak, yang ambil dadah. These are the groups yang akan contribute to that. And you are living in that society. So you cannot say it will help the society. It will not. Not ever. Okay, tengok juga budak-budak yang tidak boleh pergi ke sekolah. Ada budak-budak yang tidak boleh pergi ke sekolah. They want to but they cannot because tidak ada dokumentasi. Look at them. Looking at their kawan-kawan dia pergi sekolah, the keinginan nak pergi sekolah. Ada juga budak-budak yang kena human trafficking, ended up in Choket area, minta sedekah. They also want to go to school. Okay, is it their fault?
I think that's true.
It's never the children's fault. Okay, never the children's fault. So you never ever hukum a child because it's not
I want Sharifah to jawab the first question again. What is the difference between the system yang sekolah dengan i-SINA? Because you took the i-SINA module.
Yes.
So,
kita mengisi lompong yang wujud, ya. Setakat yang kita tahu, pelajar yang tercicir, ya, tingkatan 3, tingkatan 2, apabila mereka tidak boleh buat karya asas, tidak ada sistem di dalam persekolahan pada umur dia itu yang boleh mengajar di balik asas, kerana cikgu tidak ada masa nak kejar balik benda-benda basic. Benda tu dah lama sudah tertinggal. Ya, jadi kita isi ruang kosong itu.
So tak ada problem with the Linux system, it's just that you are complementing the system.
Kita repair sistem tu.
Actually ada beza. Linux is just baca, menulis dan mengira. Okay, it's different. And I must tell you, sebenarnya untuk ajar murid-murid yang ada masalah ni membaca ada satu perkara yang bukan mudah. It's not easy. Ramai orang kata, tak nikah punya benda ni. It's not. Sebab tu ramai guru-guru pemulihan, guru-guru Linux, guru-guru yang dalam pendidikan khas, they feel it's such macam dah give up, macam rasa macam budak ni yang tak boleh kot. You know? You just feel that tak boleh lah, budak ni memang susah. Kan? Because kita dah try. Okay, in i-SINA it's a bit different because kita punya approach memang lain sikit. Kita teknik tu sama, kita mesti guna teknik. Kita memang tak ajar mengeja lah. Mengeja memang tak boleh tolong cikgu. Lepas ni saya kena buat Corot pasal mengeja. I will be your panelis. Okay, mengeja memang tak boleh. So kalau you dah ajar dia again and again throughout the years, dah 3 tahun you ajar dia cara macam tu, dia tak boleh, you have to find another way. You really have to find another way. And we give free courses. Kami beri free training. Kami beritahu kenapa budak tak boleh baca, kenapa budak yang macam ni, kenapa budak yang macam ni. We do give free training. Please contact us. Kita boleh bagi free training. We are here to share.
Anything else?
Yeah, I think two things. Number one is that we can't expect budak tu boleh pandai dalam I say very simple thing. There's one thing called literacy, bahasa English ke bahasa Melayu, and there's another thing called numeracy. There's maths and science and all these facts thing. Certain children are more skilled by nature, they are better in certain things. Let's start with what the kids have. We call it asset mapping. We don't have a deficits like this is a empty glass. We start with what they have and you build from there. That's easy. Number one, okay, maybe certain children are not good in science, but maybe the children, you can use science or mathematics to improve their literacy to a certain extent. Just from the BNAP, I successfully changed one boy who failed almost everything and improved mathematics only. I only coach mathematics. For mathematics, we improved the English, and then he got 9 A's for his SPM. But 6 years of hard work, so it is possible. Number one. Number two, kalau kita tak keep the kids in school, is that an alternative? There is no system in Malaysia for the alternative. Kalau ada alternative, kita pun nak hantar budak tu ke sana, tapi tak ada. And what as she just mentioned, that to run a school is expensive as well. And we can't run a school legally because there were a lot of complications that we need to comply with. It's so difficult. The only outlet is that we want the kids, I keep telling my kids, just stay until 15 years old. Because when you're 16, there is a Sdr Malaysia Cyber Turkey. Of course now, SKM, they're trying to bring to Form 1, but only in school. Outside of the school system, none of us, the NGO, the private company, can run Sdr Malaysia for anyone below 16 years old. If there's an option, I want to send my kids. I don't have to force my kids to go back. As what he mentioned, tempat selamat. Our kids are exposed with drugs. Yeah, party drugs, gum. Tak payahlah yang party drug expensive, gum je. And drug pushing, prostitutions, and all that. And they are living in this kind of environment. So if that is, at least I can keep them half a day, come to our center for another 2-3 hours. At least we know the exposure is reduced to the minimum. That's why we hope that the kids can keep in school, but please don't push the kids out of the system. Yeah, because we know that because of the certain KPI, some of the kids are being said, oh, can you please leave the school? But it's very sad. We want to keep the kids, or there is a room for us to run things easier or an alternative. I think that's very important.
Thank you. Just
But at the same time, we're not blaming the teachers. We never blame the teachers
We love the teacher, we work
because
with them.
teachers memang you're
They try their
really
best.
doing your best.
Yes,
we know
we
that.
know that.
And we always support whatever teacher punya programs. We always support. The school comes first. Teachers come first.
Yes.
We always have the best interest of the teachers whenever we do programs. We're never against any teachers. Please understand that. Cuma bila you kata pasal budak tu, janganlah buang dia. Because dia nak pergi mana? Where can he go?
Untuk mengundangkan semua, kalau kata kes child marriage di Malaysia is 1,000 setahun. Kes tu hanya dapat tangkap bila budak tu ada kat sekolah. So bila budak tu tak ada kat sekolah, and then semua orang kata untuk menghalang kurangkan umur kanak-kanak kahwin umur 12, umur 13 ni, sebab dia tahu dia dalam sistem sekolah. Jadi itu pasal nampak nombor tu. Tapi realitinya bila orang kata nak educate, elakkan daripada perkahwinan muda kanak-kanak, macam mana nak educate kalau dia tak ada kat sekolah? Mana nak cari dia kat luar? And half of the child marriage case is luar sekolah. Maknanya dia tak ada dalam sistem, dia tak boleh nak tangkap. Yes, it's a challenge waktu dalam sekolah, tapi tak ada tempat selamat luar kawasan sekolah. Is that a last question? I can only afford one question.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to Vincent. Saya bukan soalan lah. First of all, I'm very grateful to be here, and I also am very grateful to Sharifah and Liza sebab saya daripada Persatuan Anak Kuala Provinsi Kelantan. Kita berjaya replicate apa yang kelas niat, dan saya rasa benda itu bukan suatu yang susah untuk buat, dan saya menyerulah kalau ada di antara kita ni yang berminat untuk buat. Saya rasa kita sebenarnya membantu masyarakat dunia sebenarnya. Jadi saya dapat relate apa yang experience speaker ni, especially now I think on our side kita buat di Kuala Place selama 15 orang, awalnya 20 orang dan jadi 15 orang, but consistently, and yesterday was our last class for the first semester of 3 months. I am very overwhelmed of the success, and I think I boleh relate very much to what Simpson is saying. We are moving toward the psychological aspect of the student. Daripada perbualan saya dengan penyelaras, saya dapati komen yang diberikan, budak-budak ni dah start bertanya, mau tahu, which is something yang masa kat sekolah dia malu, dia tak yakin pada diri dia. So we will move that part now to polish up, and we are planning something like maybe some public speaking exercise ke, some quiz, and I'm also very blessed to have volunteers all over the state of Kelas, which I rasa memang sangat kagum dengan mereka. Mereka mempunyai jiwa yang besar, dan saya sebenarnya pun rasa macam kita berkongsi semangat dua, sebab they choose to be there dealing with the children. Macam saya punya group was remote control from KL lah. I wish to work further with Simpson because I see that thing very relevant to my kawasan, because I rasa there are some economic problems, there are some family problem underpinning the whole thing, and I rasa yesterday I have a discussion on my group in Kramat. We have another NGO called Kramat Hope. We are trying to replicate again here, and I think also to Sharifah we can work further, sebab saya rasa ini yang kita boleh buat lah, sebab problem ini sangat besar sebagaimana Moderator kata, sehingga kita ada satu alternatif, satu correction in the system. We have to do what we have to do lah, sebab anak-anak kita mungkin kita need be blessed to have some education, so we transfer to our children and make sure anak kita tak ada masalah. Tapi there are people out there yang have this problem, and having seen myself and working with the people, I rasa kita tak ada pilihan untuk tidak membantu mereka. Jadi just to say to end, kalau siapa yang baru terfikir nak buat, saya rasa benda tu elok lah. Dan terima kasih lagi kepada panelis and the organizer. I think should have more of this. Thank you.
Kita tahu benda susah nak dapat diorang ni. To give a date, I think it's nearly a year before they agree to sit down, because it's sensitive, because of time, to take this away. Okay, with that, anything else to add? Because if there's nothing, I think we had a good, solid 1 or 2 hours just now. Okay, because there's nothing else, and that's the case, then we on behalf of NGOHub would like to say thank you very much to all the panelists and also all of you to come out on a Saturday morning for this. We hope that we can do more of this. Kalau tak dapat macam ni, we'll try to do a lot of live feeds. Kalau bulan puasa pun lagi tak sanggup nak keluar, so we'll do more live feeds. But do give us any feedback or ideas on what kind of topic that you actually want on community base. We have more than 500 NGO that we know and we work with that haven't got a platform to talk because they don't even know what they do is relevant or not. Unless the public tells us, then we can find. So macam ni memang is something that really dear to me for about a year, that I want them to speak up that we have a problem in the country and no media will pick it up. Okay, so thank you so much again. Thank you.